Netflix Daredevil Season 1. I recently binge watched the first season of Daredevil leading up to Avengers Infinity War, which comes out in less than 3 weeks right now, so I gotta speed up my series of reviews. But I finished rewatched the first season of Daredevil, which I first watched this season back in 2015 when the show first launched on Netflix, and I fell in love with the show. And rewatching the show, I still love the first season of Daredevil, and it's so far my favorite Marvel Netflix show. I remember when they first announced the show back in 2014, and my initial reaction was that I was interested in the show to see how it goes, but at the same time, I'm not really big into the whole superhero TV shows. I'm more into the superhero movies, and I know that when it comes to superhero TV shows like Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Gotham, and so many others, it they don't really gravitate me as much as the MCU movies or the DC movies or any other comic book movies. I know they're a lot more popular now when it comes to The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and Black Lightning and like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Punisher and Defenders, which I am gonna review later. But I'm not really like big into superhero TV shows. But hearing that they was gonna do a Netflix Daredevil show that's gonna be connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I was interested. And when it comes to other Marvel shows like Agents of Shield and Peggy Carter, Agent Carter, my mistake. I don't really watch those shows because, like I said, I'm not into the whole comic book TV shows. I'm more into the movies. But rewatching this first season of Daredevil, I forgot how darn good it was. This first season is pretty much Marvel's answer to the Dark Knight trilogy, Batman Begins to be exact, because we see Matt Murdock as the Mask, which they called him in the first season. He hasn't been called Daredevil yet until the last episode, and it shows that this show isn't really a superhero or comic book TV show. This is really a crime drama with a superhero in it, just like the Dark Knight trilogy. Just how the Dark Knight trilogy is just a crime drama with a superhero in it, and those are the best comic book adaptations where they take a genre like, for instance, Logan. Logan is a Western drama with a superhero in it, and Deadpool is a comedy, is an action comedy with a superhero in it. And like I said, those are the best comic book adaptation when it comes to either films or television, where they take a specific genre and they put a comic book character in it when it comes to like movies and TV shows, and it works out very well. And I think that when it comes to a character like Daredevil, which is a gritty character, and he is put into this gritty TV show, it definitely embodies and captures the essence of Daredevil very well. And I just love how the show is just very grimy and gritty, and I just hate saying that word, and just very realistic, and it gets down and dirty, because this show does have some blood, it has some very profound language, it has profanity, there's a lot of swearing in the show, and it really shows that Marvel isn't just all sunshines and rainbows like their MCU films, and they can show that they can be dark and gritty as well. And I guess this kind of show that Marvel can later on do very dark stuff. Not the MCU to be exact, but like when it comes to Logan and Deadpool, when they probably shows that, hey, Daredevil worked as a mature Marvel property, a television show. How about we could do that for their later films like Deadpool and Logan, and later on when it comes to other Marvel films not associated with the MCU. And maybe the MCU as well, and to get that Black Widow movie made, and that could be rated R. That could be very cool as well. So hopefully they could do that. That would be awesome. But especially since this show is connected to the MCU, and it's not like all in your face, like say, like, hey, what about that thing with the Avengers in New York, or like how about the thing with Captain America in DC? It's not all in your face. It didn't mention Iron Man. It didn't mention Thor. Only like a once or twice in the show, but it's not like all in your face saying like, hey, this is connected to the MCU, which I like that. I like that how this show is connected to the MCU, but not like all in your face about it. Because really, this is a Netflix show, not a multi-million-dollar budget film. So it would make sense that they wouldn't oversaturate with the MCU connections in this show, which makes a lot of sense, and it's a very smart move that Netflix did. Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock slash Daredevil is probably my favorite portrayal of this character. I loved Ben Affleck as Daredevil, but I was not a fan of the movie at all. But I will check out the director's cut one day. But Charlie Cox definitely pulled off the blind lawyer who you wouldn't expect to be the vigilante at night, but when he is a total BA. He'll kick the living crap out of you, especially since he has all these senses, even though he's blind. He definitely pulled that off very well, and he played the character very well, and I love how he portrayed his character very well. And Daredevil is, in fact, one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I'll definitely would like to read more Daredevil comic book, because I do think that this character is very interesting, and this is definitely Marvel's Batman. I know we have characters like Moon Knight and all the others that they call Marvel's Batman, but to me, I view Daredevil as Marvel's Batman, since that he is this ordinary guy at day, but at night, he is a total BA vigilante, which I love very much. One of the things that I do really love about this show is that I care for the supporting characters. I love the supporting characters as much as I love and care about Matt Murdock, like fucking Nelson and Karen and Ben Ulrich. And my favorite out of these supporting characters is Claire, played by Rosario Dawson, who is Matt's aide whenever he's beaten up, has scars and bruises and blood, and all beaten up and muffed up. I love her character so much because she cares for Matt and the crime that he tried to help out Hell's Kitchen from all the crime and all the bad guys. And I just love her character so much because she's like Matt's go-to woman, and I really felt invested in her character, as her character was very interesting, and her and Matt's chemistry worked very well in this series and this season. That I know that she's in all the other Netflix shows like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Defenders and Iron Fist. So Claire is probably my favorite character out of all the Netflix series, Marvel stuff. I don't know, probably. So yeah, Claire is probably also one of my favorite Marvel characters, I would say. Jessica shows how supportive she is for Matt, and how much supportive character that she is. The show came out at a time where fans and naysayers of the MCU were complaining about their villains, how they're just scheming bad guys that have no clear motivation, just want to take over the world, and they're very one-dimensional, with the exception of Loki. But all I gotta say is, guys, during this time, I said to myself, Kingpin is the best MCU villain that's not in any of the movies. Kingpin was a beast in this season. Vincent D'Onofrio killed it as Kingpin. I bought his motivation, and especially with his childhood, him growing up with his father, I could definitely sympathize with him and how that his father was very abusive and he had a traumatic childhood. It makes me part sides with Kingpin, but at the same time, he's a ruthless, just evil, and he just the definition of this dude. You're evil, and I should agree with you. I should not part sides with you, but at the same time, I kind of do, even though I know that you will kill me. But Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, you're evil, but I feel bad for you, dude. I feel bad for you. But he'd probably kill me afterwards. When it comes to like my favorite episode in the series, my favorite episode has to be Styx, where you see that it shows flashbacks of young Matt Murdock. He's being trained by this blind man named Styx, who will show him the meaning of life and what life is about, and training him when it comes to fighting, and later on him becoming the vigilante we all know. And that definitely loved that episode very much because it showed that the relationship and the bond between him and Styx, and I love that episode very much. And I do love the character of Styx, which I wish they would have shown in the Daredevil movie, but we're not going to talk about that no more. But yeah, Styx is probably my favorite episode in its entire series so far. When it comes to action scenes in this series, My favorite action scene, of course, is the scene in episode 2 in the hallway. Oh my goodness, my mouth dropped, because this beats the crap out of any action scenes in any of the MCU films. Even the final battle in New York in the Avengers, that beats the crap out of that, because it shows real action, no CGI bullcrap. It shows men throwing punches at each other, getting bloodied up, getting beat up, and I just love how when the fight is over, nobody is crisp and clean. Nobody just leaves the action scene just all cleaned up and stuff like, hey, nothing happened. You know, you're gonna have some blood in your face, you're gonna have some scars, you're gonna have some dirt, you're gonna look very muffed up after the fight. That's how down and dirty and realistic this show is, and that's why I love it so much. Guys, in the end, season 1 of Daredevil is still probably my favorite Marvel Netflix series, and it's probably one of my favorite comic book TV series. I probably will watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's probably some of the other Marvel shows, I don't know, but so far the Netflix shows are pretty much all I need. Since I am a Netflix consumer, I will definitely binge watch the rest of the series, but I do gotta speed it up because Infinity War is on the horizon right now, and I gotta hurry up. But all I gotta say is, guys, if you haven't watched Daredevil or any of the other Marvel shows, definitely get them a watch, especially this, because this is definitely worth your time, and it's probably one of the best things Marvel has ever done. I'm gonna give the first season of Daredevil an A. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and look forward for my review of Jessica Jones Season 1 coming your way very soon. And let me know what you think of Daredevil Season 1 in the comments section down below. And if you are new to my channel and you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.